First of all, I'd like to start out by just, appreciation for the fans that came out. That field house was really loud and rocking this weekend for both senior night against Iowa and Sunday against Nebraska. People were lining up 4 hours before, and 200 yards, an hour and a half to outside of each door to get in. And so certainly appreciate the fans and the energy that they brought with them, and just appreciation for the people that help us get ready for the matches. The people that are setting up the court and getting the field house ready. There was a lot going on in between matches this weekend. Totally appreciate everything that they do for us. It's a great weekend that we just had, and we've put ourselves in a situation. There's a lot of opportunities in front of us, I thought our team played awfully well this past weekend, and we're excited about going into our last week of Big Ten Conference play.
Questions? Dennis?
I know it seems like forever ago when you played Penn State the first time, but it seemed like your season had a turning point in the middle of that second set. When you lose the first, you're down pretty big in the second set, like 17-9 or something, and you come back and win, and then ran them off the floor the last two, and you've been on this run since. Have you ever looked back and thought about what happened there, or what flipped?
No, the nature of our season just doesn't allow you to sit down and kind of reflect on too much on things. It's I look at it as that was one match, and set one was really close. We ended up losing a close first set. Set two, they had that set one could have gone either way. And set two was, they jumped on us pretty good, and that happens. And we kind of battled and gave ourselves a chance to win that. Either set could have gone either way. And set 3 and 4, we played pretty well. I don't know if I look at it as a turning point in the season. We'd had some losses leading up to that, but, we were playing some good volleyball. We were playing against really good teams that might have been just executing a little bit higher level at the end of sets. That's something that we're doing a better job of. We're executing at those championship moments. Those, point 20 on, we're playing a little bit cleaner than what we were. But I'm not sure there was any magic solution that happened in that match.
Dennis?
I know your team has probably grown. What's have you seen that has happened with Penn State since then, and how different or similar are they to the team you saw the first time?
I think there's certainly some young players over there on the other side that are developing. They've got a really nice mix of some young players and some experienced players, and the setter has a whole season under her belt. She's continues to grow. Their middles continue to grow. They've got one of the an elite right side. But I see big progress with their left sides. It's those are two that were probably had the least experience at their respective positions on their team. They're certainly growing. It's that's one of the elite things with our conference is that you just see players that are stretching out their games at the end of the season versus where they were at the beginning of the season, and it does, and when your older kids are doing that, that really makes it special. Tiffany Clark last night, or yesterday, I thought she was fantastic, and here's a fourth-year player that continues to grow her game and expand her game, and that's what you're wanting. Sometimes you talk about the improvement of young players, but if you're having your older players that are stretching themselves out and still finding ways to get better and be mindful in the gym, that's where special things can happen. I thought Tiff was one of those unsung kind of heroes for our team that doesn't, there's so many players up at the net, and you got Sydney that's kind of running the show, is that sometimes you get a player like Tiffany and what she brings to the table. And, but she was getting pummeled yesterday. She took a large percentage of the serves, and I thought she was really, really great. And I thought she was really, really great defensively as well.
Brian?
I'm guessing you're going to tell me that you're not thinking about this, but if all goes well this weekend, there's potential you could be hosting up to 4 matches at the Fieldhouse, right? Is this team worthy of something like that? That would be pretty impressive.
I mean, I think that's certainly you'd rather be playing at home than on the road. But on the other hand, it's that's one of the unique things about our sport, is that the top 4 seeds get the opportunity of hosting into regionals, and it doesn't guarantee anything. But it's certainly nice. It's it's cool for our fan base, to be able to follow and to be able to be here. Is that something that you would prefer to have? Absolutely. But like you said, it's not something that we have no. The only thing we can do is take care of what's in front of us, and what's in front of us is an opportunity to play, 2 more matches in the Big Ten. We're guaranteed that. You've got an opportunity to win a Big Ten championship, and man, those things are so hard to do. I mean, it's unbelievable. And there's not a whole lot of banners in the field house. There's a few of them, and those were earned and worked hard. And this group wants to set its own mark. They want to be remembered. And so that opportunity is in front of us. And then once you get done with those 2 matches and you get in the NCAA tournament, you're guaranteed 1 match, and that's it. And so you try to stay in the present. You try to control what you can control. But from a stepping back, big picture thing, you'd certainly like to be one of those 4 seeds, no doubt about it. And that's one of the reasons why you schedule the way that you do out of conference. We've put together a really tough out of conference schedule, and we took our licks at times, and there were some lessons learned that helped us get a little bit better as we were moving through. But then on the flip side, it puts you in a position to have one of the tougher strength of schedules, and that's something that the committee looks at, and it's something we wanted to be in the discussion. I think we're in the discussion, and those guys have some tough choices in front of them.
Dennis?
How do you address the fact that you can win a Big Ten title Friday? Do you let that be just an understanding, or do you take it on and use that as added motivational?
Man, it's awesome. You never want to be in a position where you're taking things for granted. Your time in college sports just goes by so fast, and and so you win in this league, you want to feel good about it, and then you've got to lock in on what is next. And certainly the main thing is your next match. Our next match is Penn State, and then our match after that, when the time is there, will be Rutgers. But so you put your attention on your opponent, but you don't downplay what the opportunity is in front of you. I mean, that's a big time goal for our players and our program, our fans, everybody. You want to win a Big Ten championship, and so we're not going to shy away from it. We're not going to talk down about it. But we're also not going to build it up. There's no reason to build it up. Everybody knows what's at stake and the opportunities that's in front. Now let's concentrate on our opponent. Let's concentrate on what we need to do to play as well as we can possibly play. And let's continue to build up momentum. We've got to continue to grow as a team. We've got beyond this weekend and beyond, the opportunities for Big Ten stuff. We want to be playing our best volleyball down the end of the stretch here. And so what do we have to do to allow ourselves to continue to grow as players and continue to grow as a team and be mindful about what we're doing? And so I think what you try to do is you try to put things in a proper place and proper perspective about all this. That's what we're going to attempt to do.